Good morning, Anshulji.
Very good morning, sir.
Congratulations that you have cleared your FRM examination.
Thank you so much, sir. It was all because of your guidance.
So, thanks a lot, sir. So basically, give your introduction. Let us know about Anshul in a very brief way.
Yes, sir. Currently I am working for the Reserve Bank of India. I am working in their foreign exchange department. And
Okay.
before that, I had a spate of banking experience. Like I was in ICICI Bank. In ICICI Bank, I was looking after credit. Then I shifted to State Bank of India. In State Bank of India, also I was looking after mid corporate lending.
Okay.
And then for around 2 months, I was working for an autonomous body attached to Ministry of Agriculture, and now here I am in Reserve Bank of India.
So how long
As a
is this journey?
sir,
How
uh,
long is this journey since beginning?
sir, I have been attached to the banking sector since 2012.
2012.
Since 2012, and I am associated with RBI since 2019, July 2019.
2019. So
Yes.
what brings you towards RBI?
Sir, basically the reason for coming to RBI was that while I was working for the for ICICI Bank, I was actually confined to one kind of profile, which was credit. And when I tried to shift my base to foreign exchange and other treasury type of profiles, but when I shifted to State Bank of India, I was selected as a specialist officer, and there also I was confined to the credit profile only. So
Okay.
the only way was to, since I was a specialist officer, it was not allowed for me to switch my stream. So the only way was to switch my job itself. And I fortunately I cleared RBI Grade B examination, and I shifted to Reserve Bank of India, where I am a general I am in general stream, and I can go into any kind of, because before foreign exchange department I was working for the government banking. So here I can go into treasury also. So that is why I shifted to Reserve Bank of India.
Got it. So what you are doing currently at RBI? How's the life at RBI?
Life at RBI is very fine, sir. Life at RBI is the work-life balance is much better than what I was having in Reserve Bank of India. Sorry, I was having in State Bank of India or ICICI Bank. So basically, the work-life balance is quite good. And basically this is a knowledge institution, so there is a lot to learn in this institution. And moreover, there are varied profiles in which you can have a plethora of experience. So any kind of profile associated with banking sector you can touch upon while you are working in RBI.
Perfect. And next question is, what are the benefits of doing FRM in your current job profile?
Sir, in my current job profile, actually, while I am working in the foreign exchange department, FRM do not have much use. However, FRM especially has usage in three types of profiles in Reserve Bank of India: in the supervision profile, in the regulation profile, and in the treasury profile. That is the markets division. So basically, around I can tell you that around 5 to 6 departments in Reserve Bank of India pertain to these three types of profiles. So if someone is really interested in gaining some knowledge about these departments, then he or she, then an FRM certification can certainly help him in getting into these departments and knowing and working, and it will also help him it will also be very easy for him to work in these departments.
Will this increase? Is there any like increment after you do FRM and you go to these departments? There will be increment.
Sir, there is not
high salary.
Yeah, sir, there is no monthly increment, but bank does recognizes these type of degrees. It gets added in your educational qualifications, and it helps you in your future promotions.
Okay.
And bank also provides a one-time incentive for completing the certifications like FRM, CFA, and there is one more which I know is CFE. There is one more. I am not recalling the full form of CFE. I think it is about fraud examination or something.
So RBI reimburse the cost of your FRM examination?
Yes, sir. Complete cost.
Complete cost, which
Complete
includes
cost.
the examination fees as well as coaching fees, or only examination fees?
Only examination fees. Sir.
Only examination fees
Only
will
examination.
be paid out by the RBI once you clear your FRM.
Yes, sir.
Got it. And incentive is.
Sir, actually your voice broke. Can you just
No,
complete the last sentence?
I said reimbursement is there, but you said that you are getting incentive as well. So incentive is separate.
Incentive is separate, sir, but that is not a monthly incentive or a recurring incentive is not there. It is a one-time. It is a one-time incentive.
Got it. Got it.
It
Then
is a one-time incentive.
We'll celebrate with your incentive, Anshul.
Right.
Okay. So now one student have asked the question, like if he want to go to RBI, so if he clear the FRM, RBI will allow job?
Yes, sir. In fact, if you see the requirement of getting into RBI as a Grade B officer, the minimum requirement is that you should be a graduate.
Okay. No, means without giving that Grade B examination, can he directly enter the RBI with FRM?
Sir, no, sir. The chances are very less. Only if RBI comes up with a contractual job.
Okay.
In which their requirement is that FRM is must. Then only you may be selected.
So, anytime in the past, RBI come up with such type of?
Sir, they have come up with contractual job, but the requirement was not of that of FRM.
Okay, requirement was not over. In the future, it can be the possibility.
But normally, sir, what I have seen the trend with RBI is that they are more focused on permanent type of jobs. Contractual jobs are very less, very rare, very rare.
Got it. Like last month, I had an interview with one of my students. He cleared his FRM from SBI.
Okay.
So he said that SBI is recruiting.
Yes.
From outside without any government examination like SBI PO and all. Directly, if you have completed your FRM and you have 2-3 years of experience in the risk domain, then they are hiring you directly.
Yes.
So I thought the same thing is happening with the RBI as well.
Sir, actually, what you are telling me, it used to happen when I was there in State Bank of India. I was there in State Bank of India from 2015 to 2019, and they were hiring from outside, and they were actually giving permanent jobs.
Yes, correct.
They were not contractual jobs. They were giving permanent jobs, but this is not the case with RBI, sir.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Next question from the student. What was your preparation strategy for FRM Part 2?
Sir, for FRM Part 2, I started my preparation from January 2023. And at that time, my target was to give the examination in May 2023.
Okay.
But I actually committed a mistake. What I did was that while I was taking notes from notes given by you, I was also studying the main material. And then with time, I think by the mid of April, I realized that if I keep on reading these 5 big books, it will not be possible for me to complete these books even by October.
Correct.
So then I switched my strategy. I actually, in fact, I had a conversation with you also, and you also told me that it is better that with your notes, I study only with Schweser. So I switched to Schweser, and from April mid, I started studying Schweser, and along with your notes, it was very easy for me to complete the course by, I think by 15th of June. No, by 30th of June, I was able to complete Schweser as well as your notes. Just a small, I think the 5th book, that of investment and portfolio management, that was half remaining.
Okay.
So then what I did was that once 30th June came, I started doing questions.
Okay.
And once I started doing the questions helped me a lot. Much of my preparation was done with the help of questions. For questions, what I did was I relied on one question bank, which I was able to found. The question bank was of AnalystPrep. AnalystPrep question bank was there, and Bionic Turtle question bank was there. Bionic Turtle, the questions are quite high-ended questions. Those type of questions normally do not come in FRM.
Correct.
FRM is, if you read, my only observation with regarding FRM Part 2 is that you have proper notes, and secondly, you read Schweser at least 2 times.
Got it.
If that is done, nobody can stop you from clearing your examination. And since by mid-April only I switched my strategy, I was not able to give the May examination. I then chose to sit for August examination.
August attempt. And you
Of August examination.
with good grades. So how you manage your last month, means after you complete your syllabus by the end of June. So
Yes.
how you manage your preparation in the July?
Sir, what happened was that basically I was in the last month, as I told, I was mainly doing questions. And before doing any questions, what I did was that I had a reading of your notes. So many in analyst prep, there are questions which are topic wise. So I used to choose 4 or 5 topics. I read your notes for those 4 or 5 topics, and in the night I used to solve certain questions. So I think in the last month, the amount of energy and the amount of time invested, it increased.
Got it.
Like in the morning, I used to revise your notes. So that took around 2 hours. And then office was there. And after coming back from office, from around 9 o'clock to, you can see that around 1 o'clock, I used to solve the questions. Because questions are also of different types. The paragraph type questions are there. So they took a lot of time for reading and all. However, the best part with FRM is that the time duration of the examination is around 4 hours, and there are only 80 questions. So 4 hours are sufficient for solving 80 questions.
Got it. So how, like you have been studying 4 hours a day in the last month?
Yes.
And how much during the previous months when you are completing your syllabus?
In the previous months, sir, basically I was only studying for 2 to 3 hours, and that too I was not consistent. Consistency only came when I started studying from Schweser.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, because what happens is that the main books are so vast that if you start studying from them, your whole focus will be shaken up.
Got it.
That's what the thing is. And some of the topics are quite boring also. So even if you start studying from the main book, it will not be possible for you to complete the books even in 10 months or even in 1 year.
I totally agree, sir.
Yeah.
One more question from a lady. She is working in PNB Bank. Like how you manage your job life, your family life, and now the study? How you balance it?
Sir, actually, it's basically a trade-off. Since I had already cleared level 1, so it was worth to give a shot for level 2, because it's not good to leave the certification in between. So I managed with my family and told them that it is high time when I should be focusing on my studies, and it's just for FRM part 2, 5 months of study, rigorous, proper study, not rigorous study, proper study, and a daily study will help you clear it. You just have to borrow 5 months from your family. And office, to sir, as I told you that in RBI, the work-life balance is quite manageable. So that way, office was manageable, but family life, you have to tell them and to bear with you and ask them to borrow their.
What are your working hours, sir?
My working hours are around 8 hours, sir. And from basically 8 hours are official working hours, but it normally stretches beyond 8 hours. So normally I used to go to office by 9:30, and by 6:15 the working gets closed, and by 7 o'clock I am back home.
Okay.
So that's
it. So like in the late night you study, and then before going to the office?
Before going to the office also. Yeah.
Got it. Anything exceptional you have done during this preparation strategy, which
actually exceptions were less, mistakes were more. As I told you that I started studying from the main books for FRM part 2. But now I would like to tell you that why I decided to study from the main books, because FRM part 1 I studied from the main books, sir.
Okay.
And let me tell your students that if you prepare FRM part 1 from the main books, it will not be that hectic, because there are only 4 books, and the 4 books are also not very thick books.
Correct, correct.
But if you started studying for FRM part 2 from the main books, then you will be in a soup. The books will never end.
Okay.
And the syllabus is so vast that whatever you have studied in the last month, you will not be able to retain in the next month.
Got it.
So that's the thing. So it is better that you go with Schweser only, and the notes which you have prepared with the help of your coaching. That's it.
There is a question from one of a PSU banker, Ramesh. He asked a very interesting question. Sir, if there is an opportunity in the private sector, means you are getting a better salary, will you shift from RBI to that private sector?
Sir, see, the thing is that it will depend on that what kind of opportunity and what field I'm getting it. Because normally what I have seen that in private sector, normally the people from RBI, they get the opportunities pertaining to chief compliance officer and all. But for that, they require a good amount of work experience, not less than 10 years in RBI. So right now I am only 4 years old in RBI. So the chances of shifting to private sector right now are very less. However, if in future I get any opportunity, and if that opportunity is cashable or good for me, then only I can think about it. However, RBI itself is so vast and so many things are there to learn that shifting from RBI to a private sector is, I think, not worth it.
Got it. Because I have heard so many people in the private sector, they are unable to manage their work-life balance.
Yeah.
There is no time frame, no work time. Means they are working throughout the day, throughout the night. Even they are working on the weekends if pressure is there.
Yes.
So you have to strike a balance between the work and your personal life.
Yes.
Because definitely you are not over here just to work.
Exactly.
Yes, work is a part of life.
Yes.
Work is not life.
Work is not life. And most important thing is that if you are getting certifications and all, it will only boost your confidence. It will only boost your employability.
Correct.
So instead of working for your private organization or for your organization for that matter all the time, it is better that you invest some time on yourself also.
Correct. Definitely, sir. It's very important. And what motivates you to start the FRM?
Sir, basically, when I was working in ICICI and State Bank, I was confined to a particular kind of profile. So then I realized that for the whole life, I cannot be working in these profiles. And the chances of shifting from these profiles to other profiles was very difficult, especially in State Bank of India. Because once you join State Bank of India as a specialist officer in a particular profile, there are chances that for 10-15 years you will be there in that.
Okay.
However, that is not the case with Reserve Bank of India. Here, job rotation takes place. And once job rotation takes place, you have chances that you can go into markets division. Like I was, as I told you, when I joined, I was working for the government banking division, but now I am working for the foreign exchange division. And most probably, if by the grace of God, I may also shift to the other divisions like market divisions or regulatory divisions, or which make the policies pertaining to
So
the
how
other.
do you achieve the specialization in one domain? If you'll keep on shifting from one domain to another to another,
Yeah.
and how you will get the knowledge of that domain?
Sir, I would like to frame this answer pertaining to my journey. Basically, I was more interested in markets division at the time when I was in State Bank of India. But since no opportunity was there, I shifted to Reserve Bank of India. And here, then I realized that there is a lot of competition. And Reserve Bank of India take an internal examination for selecting you for these market divisions. And along with that examination, there is an internal interview also. And in that internal interview, your postgraduate degrees and your finance related certifications are also taken into account. So basically, sir, when I was in ICICI, I started with CFA preparation. I cleared CFA level 1 examination, but since I was not able to find time, I dropped that CFL preparation. And when I finally, when in 2019 I came into RBI, I thought that there were two options. Either I should go for FRM or I should go for CFA, which I had already left in between. So I decided to go with FRM only, because FRM is much closer to risk management, and risk management is more stressed in by Reserve Bank of India also. So, and since only two levels are there, so it was less time consuming, less time consumption was there in FRM as compared to CFA. So that was the reason that I went for FRM. And my ultimate goal is to get into markets division in RBI.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. I totally got your point. But
Yeah.
Your goal was like this.